Every 15 seconds, somewhere in the world, an older adult experiences a fall. This startling statistic isn't just a number, it's a moment that can alter the trajectory of a life. For seniors over 60, falls are a leading cause of fractures, hospitalizations, and, perhaps most devastatingly, the loss of independence. The ripple effects are profound. A single misstep can spiral into fear, isolation, and a diminished sense of self. Simple tasks like walking to the mailbox, stepping into the kitchen, or even crossing a room can become daunting, shadowed by the constant worry of losing balance. This fear can erode confidence, limit mobility, and rob seniors of the joy of living fully. But there's hope, a simple, cost-free solution that has transformed the lives of thousands of older adults. It's called the mindful step, a walking technique that's easy to learn, can be practiced anywhere, and is backed by rigorous science. A landmark study from Kyoto University in Japan followed over 600 seniors for a year and found that those who adopted this mindful walking method experienced a remarkable 58% reduction in falls compared to those who didn't. This isn't a fleeting trend or a complex regimen. It's a practical, science-backed approach that leverages the body's natural mechanics and the brain's adaptability. The mindful step is about moving with intention, making small adjustments to how you walk that can restore confidence and banish fear. In the pages that follow, we'll explore why falls are so common among seniors, how this transformative technique works, and the inspiring stories of people who've reclaimed their freedom through this daily habit. If you're over 60, have ever felt unsteady, or care about someone who could benefit from this knowledge, this is for you. By the end, you'll have the tools to walk with purpose, embracing each step as a declaration of strength and independence. Let's start with the most insidious mistake seniors make when walking: dragging their feet. Aging brings natural changes. Muscles weaken, joints stiffen, and balance becomes less reliable. These shifts can lead to subtle habits that increase fall risk, and foot dragging or shuffling is one of the most dangerous. It's that unconscious tendency to take short, sliding steps, barely lifting the feet off the ground, as if each step is an afterthought. It may feel efficient, even comfortable, but a study from Stanford University's School of Medicine reveals its peril. This shortened gait increases the risk of falling by up to 40%. Why? When you shuffle, you lose the ability to react to obstacles like a curled rug, a raised doorstep, or a crack in the sidewalk. It's like driving a car with a sluggish brake. You can't adjust in time to avoid trouble. This habit reflects more than just physical changes. Foot dragging often signals a decline in neuromuscular coordination, the intricate interplay between your brain and muscles that keeps you steady. It can also indicate reduced focus while walking, as if the brain is on autopilot, disconnected from the act of moving. This disconnection heightens vulnerability in environments filled with hazards: loose floorboards, slippery tiles, or cluttered pathways. The consequences can be life-altering, as MDM Su, a 74-year-old grandmother, discovered. Sue was the heart of her household, always tending her garden and cooking for her family. One afternoon, while carrying a glass of water from her kitchen to her living room, she tripped over a slight unevenness in her floor tiles. The fall wasn't dramatic, but the impact was severe. She fractured her hip. 3 months of bed rest, physical therapy, and a lingering fear of walking followed. Sue's confidence, once unshakable, was shaken to its core. During her recovery, Sue's physical therapists identified the root of her fall. Her steps were short and shuffling, her feet barely clearing the ground. This pattern made her vulnerable to even the smallest obstacles. With their guidance, Sue began practicing the mindful step technique, a method we'll explore in detail. It was challenging at first. She had to retrain her body to move differently, to lift her feet with purpose. But over weeks, she noticed a shift. Her steps became steadier, her balance more reliable. Today, Sue walks through her local park with ease, her strides confident and purposeful. She even started a small walking group with neighbors, sharing her newfound knowledge and inspiring others. Her story is a powerful reminder that small changes can rewrite the narrative of aging, turning fear into freedom. If Sue's experience resonates, reflect on your own walking habits. Do you shuffle more than you used to? The mindful step offers a path forward, and it begins with moving intentionally. The mindful step is more than just walking. It's a deliberate, conscious approach that reawakens your body's balance and strengthens the connection between brain and muscles. The Kyoto University study showed its transformative power. Seniors who practiced this technique saw a 58% reduction in falls over a year. But what makes this method so effective, and how can something so simple yield such dramatic results? The mindful step involves 3 intentional actions that you can incorporate into every walk, whether you're navigating a busy street or pacing your hallway. These actions enhance awareness, improve balance, and reduce the risk of tripping, making every step a building block towards stability. First, lift your foot with purpose, as if showing the sole of your shoe to someone behind you. This deliberate lift prevents dragging and signals to your brain that you're in motion, keeping your nervous system engaged. Second, land heel first, then roll through the middle of your foot to your toes. This sequence aligns with the body's natural walking mechanics, activating sensory feedback that reinforces balance. Finally, keep your gaze 3 steps ahead, not down at your feet. This shift improves posture, aligns your spine, and helps you anticipate obstacles. Together, these actions create a rhythm of safety and awareness, transforming walking into a mindful practice that engages both body and mind. The science is compelling. The mindful step stimulates the vestibular system, the inner ear mechanism that governs balance, and strengthens neural pathways tied to coordination and spatial awareness. It also activates proprioception, your body's ability to sense its position in space, which often weakens with age. Over time, this practice can enhance cognitive functions like memory and attention, as we'll explore later. For now, consider Mr. Go, an 81-year-old retiree who loved tinkering in his garage. One day, he tripped on a crack in his driveway, falling hard and bruising his confidence. Determined to regain his independence, he sought advice from a friend, a retired nurse, who introduced him to the mindful step. At first, it felt awkward to focus so intensely on each step. But Mr. Go persisted. Within 2 weeks, he noticed stronger legs and a sense of control. Today, he walks to his neighborhood market with a spring in his step, joking that he feels like he's holding the ground in his hands. He even shares the technique with his grandchildren, turning walks into bonding moments. His journey shows that the mindful step requires practice but delivers profound rewards. Beyond physical benefits, the mindful step can combat the emotional toll of falls. Fear of falling doesn't just limit mobility, it can lead to social isolation, anxiety, and even depression. Seniors may withdraw from activities they love, avoiding social gatherings or hobbies out of fear. The mindful step counters this by restoring confidence, encouraging seniors to re-engage with life. Take Mrs. Lila, a 77-year-old widow who loved ballroom dancing in her youth. After a fall in her garden, she stopped attending her weekly dance class, fearing another incident. Learning the mindful step through a community workshop changed that. She practiced daily, focusing on her foot placement and posture. Within a month, she returned to her dance class, moving with a grace she thought she'd lost. "I feel like I'm dancing with life again," she said, her smile radiant. Her story highlights how this technique can restore not just physical stability, but also emotional vitality. To make the mindful step truly effective, you need a strong foundation, and that means strengthening the muscles and joints that support your movement. The ankles, toes, and lower legs are critical, acting as the body's shock absorbers and stabilizers. A study in the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy found that seniors with weak ankle muscles are 3 times more likely to fall, even if their balance seems adequate. Weakness in these areas creates a domino effect. A wobbly ankle leads to an unstable step, which throws off your entire body. This vulnerability can turn a minor misstep into a fracture, sprain, or head injury, with recovery often slow and painful. Fortunately, you can strengthen these areas with simple, safe exercises that require no gym or equipment. One effective exercise is the calf raise. Stand behind a sturdy chair, holding its back for support. Slowly lift your heels until you're on your tiptoes, then lower them with control. Aim for 10 to 15 repetitions daily. This strengthens your calves and improves ankle stability, creating a firmer base for walking. Another great exercise is the towel scrunch. Sit in a chair, place a towel flat on the floor, and use your toes to pull it toward you. This activates the small muscles in your feet, which play a critical role in balance. For added challenge, try heel-to-toe walking. Place one foot directly in front of the other, as if walking a tightrope, to enhance coordination. These exercises don't just build muscle, they rebuild trust in your body's ability to move safely, forging a stronger connection between brain and feet. Madam Chang's story illustrates this transformation. At 79, this grandmother was the heart of her family, hosting lively dinners and sharing stories with her grandchildren. But after 2 falls, one in her hallway, another in her bedroom, she became terrified of walking. She avoided even short trips to her kitchen, her world shrinking. With her physical therapist's guidance, she began incorporating calf raises, towel scrunches, and mindful steps into her routine. Progress was slow, but over weeks, she noticed a change. "The ground feels different now," she said. "It's like my feet are awake, and I'm not afraid anymore." Today, she hosts family gatherings again, even taking short walks in her garden to pick flowers for the table. Her journey shows that consistent, small efforts can restore physical and emotional resilience, helping seniors reclaim their lives. Mindful walking offers another remarkable benefit. It's a workout for your brain. Walking is often seen as purely physical, but when done with awareness, it engages deep cognitive processes that can protect against decline. A Harvard Medical School study found that regular mindful walking boosts activity in brain regions tied to attention, motor planning, and short-term memory. By focusing on your steps, posture, and surroundings, you pull your brain out of autopilot, creating a state of active presence that sharpens mental clarity. This can improve focus, reduce distractibility, and enhance mood, as walking releases endorphins that combat stress and anxiety. Even more exciting, research from the University of British Columbia showed that seniors who practiced mindful walking had increased gray matter density in the hippocampus, the brain's memory hub. This suggests that walking with intention could help prevent cognitive conditions like Alzheimer's disease. Madame Aisha, a 76-year-old retired teacher, discovered this by chance. She started walking daily in a park, initially to stay active. After learning the mindful step, she focused on her foot placement, breathing, and rhythm. To her surprise, her mind sharpened. She stopped forgetting appointments, slept better, and revived her love for crossword puzzles. "My mind feels alive," she said, marveling at how a simple walk could do so much. Her story underscores a profound truth. Mindful walking nurtures both body and brain, keeping you agile as you age. Footwear is the final piece of this puzzle, and it's critical. The wrong shoes can undermine even the best walking techniques. A study in the Footwear Science Journal found that nearly 45% of falls in seniors are linked to inappropriate footwear, with many occurring indoors. Loose slippers, slick soles, or shoes without heel support disrupt balance and increase tripping risk. The right shoes, however, act like an extension of your body. Look for non-slip soles, firm heel support, and a secure fit. Velcro or laces work well. Lightweight, sturdy designs with a rounded toe prevent tripping, especially on uneven surfaces. Mr. Ang, an 82-year-old widower, learned this after 2 falls, one in his bathroom, another near his laundry area. He used to wear loose, open-backed slippers, thinking they were convenient. After switching to closed-toe shoes with grippy soles and Velcro straps, he noticed an immediate difference. "It's like my feet stick to the ground now," he said, grinning. "I walk like I mean it." He even started walking to his local library, rekindling his love for reading. His experience shows that the mindful step, strong ankles, and proper shoes form a trifecta of stability. Falls don't just cause physical harm. They can fracture confidence, strain relationships, and limit social engagement. The fear of falling can trap seniors in a cycle of inactivity, weakening muscles and deepening isolation. But this isn't the inevitable story of aging. The mindful step, paired with targeted exercises and smart footwear, offers a way out. It's a reminder that aging is about adaptation, not decline. Every intentional step is a declaration of resilience, a way of saying, "I'm still here and I'm still capable." For Su, Go, Chang, Aisha, Chang, and Lila, this simple habit has been a lifeline, proving that small changes can lead to profound transformations. Su's park walks, Go's market trips, Chang's family dinners, Aisha's crosswords, Chang's library visits, and Lila's dances are testaments to the power of mindful movement. Take that first step today. Share this knowledge with someone you love. Because when you walk with awareness, you're not just moving, you're reclaiming your freedom, your independence, and your right to live without fear of the ground.